Welcome back. WeArEuS, and this is the feeling of having your feet massaged after a long, hard day of doing whatever is long and hard for you. But with the added benefits that whoever's giving you the foot massage is completely blind, so they can't see how jacked up your feet are. Therefore, they're able to pass no judgment whatsoever as they do their job. This is Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. Now, as you can see, we are in somewhere completely different than last time, wherever it was we left off last episode. We now have a Virelli in our party. Unfortunately, we can't give her any of our Azada buffs, but that's not my problem now, is it? Wait, is Lan oversized? No, he's not.
Trust in yourself.
Tisk.
WotR.
Now, I buffed a Virelli as much as I possibly could, but I'm not going to rest, so we have to do all of this buffing stuff again. No, I'm not doing that. So, I leveled her up, spent all of her mythic points. I am not satisfied with what I've done with her. I wanted to make her use throwing weapons, but I can't reset her or anything. It's too much trouble. So we're going to get this done. I don't know how long this is going to be, her little storyline here, but if it's like 10 minutes, then we'll keep going. But if it's about 30 minutes or so, that's going to be the episode for today. But without further ado, let's get in here. WeArEuS Enchanted Mansion. Honk your horn. A handsome young man in a snow-white toga reclines in a plush armchair next to a table heaving with sumptuous food. Flowers are nestled in his blonde curls while gems sparkle on his half-bared chest. A boy sits on the floor before him, rubbing the soles of the man's feet with scented oil. The master of the house greets Virelli with a wave of his hand. Even the glittering rings cannot hide his black, scabbed fingers oozing with pus. There you are, my venomous butterfly. More beautiful than ever. I see that taking a stroll around the world of mortals did you some good. You're slimmer. There's a healthy flush to your cheeks, just like a doll. His eyes examine you with languorous curiosity. And what is this? A souvenir from Galarian. A handsome one, isn't he? So fresh, so hale. You've barely used him, I see. I'm not a Virelli's trophy. I'm her friend. Order your slave to keep quiet, my butterfly, or I'll order mine to serve up his tongue as my next meal. WeArEuS sneers contemptuously without even looking at you, and then smiles cordially. Speaking of meals, please sit, eat. And as I'm feeling magnanimous today, your mortal pet may also partake. Just look at this perfect table I've laid in honor of your coming. See these grapes? Every single one is gilded. And this wine from the ruins of Aslan is older than even any living mortal. I think, what's her name? Queen Galfrey over here is probably only like 100 or something. A little over 100. So, yeah, maybe he's right. And last, but certainly not least, behold our main course, a roasted drake. They eat us all the time, so why shouldn't we return the favor? Thank you. Virelli hesitantly plucks one of the gilded grapes, puts it in her mouth, and chews slowly. It's been a while since I last saw you, WeArEuS. What happened to your hands? The Azada raises his disfigured hands and smiles innocently. Don't you remember what these hands did at your behest? It seems the nature of the Azada cannot contain all the freedom granted by the Abyss without sustaining a little damage. But it's nothing. It barely hurts. Go on, eat. This is all for you. Or perhaps you prefer some human meat. Demaltio grabs the slave boy by the hair and presses a sharpened, manicured nail to the boy's throat. Do you want me to serve him instead? Don't. I've never had a taste for mortal flesh. Virelli throws you a remorseful look and forces herself to finish. Only mortal souls. You've managed to change yourself, Virelli. That's the main thing. Sela looks askance at Demaltio, and he betrayed himself. On a diet, afraid of getting fat. Clever girl. You succubi must take very good care of your looks. It's not like you have anything else. Now, if you don't mind, I think I'll sample this fine repast. He picks up a piece of meat and chews on it with great relish, then wipes the grease and pus oozing from his hands on the boy's hair. Number 1 is irrelevant. Okay, here we go. We'll go with number 2. Virelli, you wanted to convince him to renounce evil. Isn't it time you spoke up? Virelli nods. She takes a deep breath and proclaims in a timid, trembling voice. Demaltio, I have embarked on the path of ascension. I'm going there, to Elysium. I'd like you to abandon the abyss, and together I'd like you to try. With each new word out of Virelli's mouth, Yazada's expression twists more and more, finally settling into a sneer of revulsion. Under his contemptuous glare, Virelli swallows her words and falls silent. With a loud snort, Demaltio upends his cup of wine and flashes another cordial smile. My butterfly, what is this nonsense? You've barely touched it, and yet you sound so utterly drunk. I understand. Of course you don't want it. Not after everything I've... Virelli swallows hard. Then I simply ask for your forgiveness. I did this to you. I turned you into this. It's my fault. Fault? The fallen Azada laughs melodiously. What are you on about, darling? I'm happy now, thanks to you. Who was I back in Elysium? A destitute good-for-nothing? All I did was flutter around singing ditties, and now... He gestures around the rich interior with his disfigured hand. I've got everything I could dream of. Treasures, slaves, and the very best grub. I sleep in comfort and with whomever I want. They respect me in the city. I open my purse and they prostrate themselves before me. All my enemies are gone now. What else is there to want? I'm happy. This isn't happiness. Is it not? It's news to me. If having all your dreams come true isn't happiness, then what is? Fine. Let your mortal pet be the arbiter. You there, Kitsune. What say you? Am I happy or am I not? Two is just flat out retarded. 3 is questionable, like last episode's questionable option. 4 is kind of silly. So we have to go with 1. I think I bought myself a little bit more leeway with my alignment, so it's okay. There's nothing to fear. I feel sorry for you. That's a good one. This morsel of mortal meat takes pity on me. I buy and sell dozens of you every day. I remember what you were when I first met you. So brave, so kind, so inspired, and I ruined you. Forgive me. Ah! All you did was teach me what life is all about. I didn't find it amusing back then, but now I understand your valuable lesson. The old me would never have achieved what I have now. I didn't even have desires as such. What did I want? Justice, freedom, sugary froth, and idealistic drivel. I should thank you for opening that milksop's eyes. Instead of replying, WeArEuS begins to hum the song of Elysium. No, enough. Stop that. It's making my head hurt. You want some music? Here's some real music for you. Hey! Demagio claps imperiously. 3 scantily clad succubi enter the room and start playing musical instruments. I'm expecting the song from Star Wars with the guys were playing in that little tavern. I can barely remember it. Do you recognize those dresses? You wore the same one that night you dumped me for the first time. I bawled like a simpleton, but it doesn't matter anymore. I'm always merry now. Every time I bend one of them over, I picture your face that day. Hey! Demagio angrily turns toward the succubi. Which of you is out of tune? Hey, you! What am I paying you for? To ruin my strings! Give yourself 20 lashes! The succubus produces a whip, because, of course she has one. Demagio grins lasciviously, his eyes darting from the musician to WeArEuS and back. Well, that's enough. We're leaving. Yes, you're right. WeArEuS stands up. I've tried to apologize, but you clearly don't need my apologies. Let's have it your way then. I just want you to know that I wholeheartedly regret what I've done to you. Goodbye, Demagio. I'm leaving, and this time for good. Sit down, you whore. The Azada slams his hand on the table, staining the cloth with black pus. The other succubi produce whips and smirk at WeArEuS and you. You're not leaving this place again. You're mine by right, and you'll stay mine forever. That's enough. I don't want to kill you. There's no need to fight. Let's go our separate ways and not hurt each other anymore. Desna knows we've had enough of that already. Oh, I don't want to kill you either. I want to gouge out your eyes. This guy's got a colorful imagination. Then I'll perforate your tender skin. Okay. Ooh. Oh, I like that. But first, I haven't even begun to hurt you. I've dreamt of this day for so long. You, get them. But instead, we make the flowers of Elysium bloom. Let me remind you of what you've lost. Wondrous flowers bloom all around Demagio, filling the room with an aroma the abyss has never known. The fallen Azada looks around, his face is contorted with alarm and horror. No, I don't want to remember. Take the wench alive. You made the mortal right here. Get to it, you layabouts. Demagio's servants lunge at you. I mean, we're right next to the door. We could just leave. Oh, but there's stuff in here. I actually don't want to go. See, we've got a succubus sharpshooter. I have to kill her. I just have to. Where? What's your reflex? Oh, this'll work. Again, remember, I haven't let anyone rest, so we pretty much have nothing we can summon. So I'm going to have to leave that tomorrow. Leave Lan alone, you sluts. So this is what we'll do. Selectively bolster, and we'll make this place a nightmare for anyone. Oh, this won't actually work on succubi because they have wings, and while they're not flying, they're considered to be flying. Screw me, I guess. I could use this. But they're flying, so they wouldn't be affected by it. Frick, I can't have any fun. Fine. That's an enchanter. We don't like that. So, here. Have some heat. Sharpshooter took a shot at Ivu. We're not a fan of that. No, she targeted Morrow. We'll do it this way then. And now everyone is just positively overflowing with health. Frankly, I shouldn't need to heal anyone again. Anyway, what are their levels? 18? Oh, that's unfortunate. There appear to be 3 people over here? What? Well, that's trash. Well, maybe it's not trash. What is this? Ranger's bond. A ranger forms a bond with his companions. This bond allows him to spend a move action to grant half his favorite enemy bonus against a single target. Of the appropriate type to all allies within 30 feet who can see or hear him. This bonus lasts for a number of rounds equal to the Ranger's Wisdom modifier. No. What if I just didn't? Alright, she can summon that thanks to the ring. We don't actually need her to use Quarry unless it's a quick... Nope, it's a standard action. Still better add this anyway. Alright. We have 3 enemies here. So let's start culling these idiots. And we'll start with you. Just caving in heads with her hammer. So, what is... Actually, I can't use that on him. Good. Interesting. Did 14, 13. Oh, Zippy Magic. Whoa. So I was right. The Zippy Magic does let you cast its effect multiple times if it requires a target, even if it's an AoE spell. No, but see, this requires a target point. So Zippy Magic can be made to work with AoE spells. Don't tell the devs that because it's explicitly not supposed to work with AoE spells. So, but it will work if you target an enemy with it. Also, didn't he... Oh, he cast that one as a swift action. Oh, here, have another one. I like that. Probably should have summoned something with that next turn, but what can you do? Oh, well, you can have land clean up. That's always nice. Land, my boy. Okay, we've got a problem. I don't have anything that can remove confusion. She doesn't have heal, right? Heal would remove confusion. No. Is confusion considered a curse. Who's affected by it? I know that Triceratops is. Okay, we'll have to do this the other way then. Also, these enemies are worth 1,000 XP. I need to go back to the person that's... There it is. It's mind affecting compulsion. Dang, I can't get rid of it with Ivu. That sucks. Oh, her breath attack is back. We like that. Oh, that's Demalchio. Okay. Arushale is confused, so that's... What kind of an idiot would cast that kind of a spell in the midst of their enemies? Literally surrounded and said, you know what? It's time for a spell, and died. Have fun, I guess. You know, that instant between having the idea and then trying to execute it. Anyway. Okay, so Bismuth is confused. Mr. Ed is confused. I don't know. Queen Galfrey's fine. And Arushale. She seems fine. But she is in fact confused for a minute. Do I have anything that can... What about this? No? I don't think we have anything on her that can cure that. No, we definitely don't. Oh well, then we need to set... Well, if this idiot moves at all, she's dead. She can't actually move. I could probably put What's-Her-Face to sleep, but she's still... Kind of don't have any moves here while Bismuth is confused. Once it's Morrow's turn, he can use Unbreakable Heart, which will bounce to someone at random, aside from the initial target. But that's a ways away. Should we... We can't actually delay her turn for some reason. Okay, mean, I guess we could just get rid of this. I'm pretty sure heal can actually cure confusion. So let's get that in place. Much better. And unfortunately, that succubus guard could not. Morrow, what do we have you do? Obviously. I messed up. I should have had him. Interesting. They evaded it. Great. Isn't it just great when you have someone use 5-foot movement and it breaks their turn? I know I like that. Yes. I mean, yeah, I could hit them with this, but it wouldn't be worth anything. Delicious. Why would you do that to Mr. Ed? You have a problem. But is it temporary? Yeah, and yeah. So will this even work on him? Are you actually? What was I going to use? But why? It's not in here. What? I've got nothing. Okay. Well. Izada bares his teeth in a truly demonic small snarl as he points his weapon at Arushale's chest. You're going nowhere. Nowhere. You're mine. Demoltio, I've renounced evil. Now I serve Desna, your former mistress. If she gave a succubus like me a chance, surely she can forgive you too. The path of ascension is difficult, but... Am I a toy to you? You send me to the abyss on a whim, that you change your mind and call me back to Elysium. Stuff your ascension up your... Zana shakes his head. Suddenly he looks desperate. Arushale, my girl, my butterfly, enough of this nonsense. You want me to apologize? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to say any of that. I just missed you so much. I need you so much. You're my only desire, my only dream. You alone. Poor thing. I wish we could help you, but you won't let us, will you? You would rather throw yourself on our blades than let us heal you. Poor thing. Demaltio falls to his knees and reaches for Arushale, who recoils in disgust. Everything I've hoarded, the treasures, the slaves, it's all for you. Stay, I beg of you. I'll give you everything. It will all be yours. Just don't leave me, please. Don't leave. Don't. I hate taking alignment damage. I consider it damage because it's going in a direction I don't want to be in, which is anything aside from neutral. But what can you do? You'd heard her, Demaltio. If you want to be with her, come back to the path of good. I don't take orders from you, mortal. Get up, Demaltio. That's enough. For the last time, repent. Either follow me on the path to Desna, or get out of my way and let me go. It's like that, then. The fallen Azada jumps to his feet. Then I would rather die than let you leave here alive. What? But you're not going to get either of those things. Oh. That's interesting, but we've got electricity resistance right now, so... No? Where is she? Let's see. Mythic... Oh yeah, that's going to be... The stats are still pretty freaking low, though. The defensive ones, I mean. Which one gets a turn first? You. Then you burn first. Let's just get... You know, I've had Ivu try to use her breath attack before, and then they just avoid it, despite having reflexes of 13. I'm sure they've got some other stuff down there, but I'm not about to do all of that scrolling just to see what other defensive buffs they've got going on for their stats. Also, let's make sure we've got Frightening Presence going. Would hate for them to be able to have their turns. That'd be the worst. She can't heal. He's got 324. I think I want to kill these first. So, let's go ahead and do that. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Well, the treasure's still here, so there's that. I don't really think anyone needs anything, so we're just going to start doing this. Just in case. And then... Well, we can't open that one. Unless we can have Queen Galfrey do it. Probably not now, though, huh? Let's see. Well, it was worth a try. Also, if you didn't notice, I gave Queen Galfrey some armor. Always useful. I can't give anything to Bismuth because Bismuth dies pretty easily, but can be revived. Right? Okay, so we'll leave Darren there. Probably have a Rouchelet help with the cleanup. I'm going to go ahead and assume that I won't be able to clean these guys out if I don't take the opportunity now. Okay. God dang it. Bye. Have a beautiful time. Let's see. No perception checks. Oh, leave her alone. What is wrong with you? The other one's over here. Why are you shaken, not stirred? Not really interested in you. Oh, she's still alive. Let's fix that. Sorted and aborted. I'm starting to think, oh right, the hammer, the entire point of the entire reason I gave Sela that hammer is because it has a nice effect when you use charge attacks, which I never use because they typically suck. Also, they decrease your armor class for that turn. No, I don't like that. If I use Queen Galfrey's movements to open this, I guess it doesn't really matter. That seems to be it for everything here. And well, that's fine. Great. I mean, we tried to be nice to the guy. Oh my god! I didn't expect it to go quite that fast. When land doesn't miss, he certainly hits. Rouchelet kneels before the dead Azada's body. She closes his eyes and plants a kiss on his bloodied forehead. Forgive me, Demaltio. Forgive me and farewell. Let's go, Mara. The succubus wipes away her tears. There's nothing left for us here. At the very least, it's not entirely your fault. He had a choice, and he chose the arrow. Choice and free will are just words that liars and manipulators use to justify their actions. I know this too well. It's easy to break a person's will, and the freedom to choose means little when you don't know your options. No, Morrow, don't console me. It's my fault, and my last chance for atonement now lies dead. Virelli shakes her head ruefully. What just happened here? Everything he said, I need to reflect on it. I want to talk about it, but not right now. Later, when I've had the chance to sort out my thoughts and emotions. Okay. Yoink. Oh, that one has nothing. Ooh, all the good stuff's over here. How's Bismuth doing anyway? Oh, you're fine. Also,
We'll make things right.
mine, and definitely mine. Nothing of interest here. Yep, that's it. We came in from this side, though. That's awkward. Oh well, we're done here. Well, that was a bit of an experience. Let's at least go through our... Oh, we were so close. We only needed 30,000 more. I guess we're going to have to get that once we go to the island where Hepzamira is currently hiding out, I suppose. In the next episode, we're going to bring back an old favorite. Tested, tried and true, Regil. Because why the frick not? Now, for whatever reason, he didn't have a companion quest, but I don't really care because what can you do? So we'll be bringing Regil back. He's only got a mythic point, though I could have sworn that he was like level 14ish when we left him. So it's weird that... Anyway, I'm going to be putting Regil back on the team because, well, while we don't need a frontliner, or a third one, I should say, I like having one, you know? It's nice and comfy. But for now, the entire point of us coming to the inventory was, in fact, to see what we got from our quarry. I also picked this up. This is the free DLC dragon thing, which is, you know, not particularly useful in any capacity, but it's free, so I took it. Oh, I also sold a lot of the stuff that we had accrued up to this point. What is this? So, effectively, we made a lot of money, and then I bought something nice and shiny from the Thieflings through Woljif. I think it was this, but it doesn't really have a home yet. But what can you do? I was also supposed to test if Ivu could use the summon that I gave her, which came from Regil. She also doesn't have the goddamn thing on, does she? Oh, it is on. Nice. Anyway, where was I? Right, the inventory. So let's see what we can do, or let's see what we got. Junk armor, junk weapons, junk armor. This is Stormcaller. While wielding this +5 Thundering Burst Spear, all creatures summoned by the wielder deal an additional 1 to 6 sonic damage. No, that's not right, right? Yep, that's better. See, if Ivu could wield a weapon, which she technically could because she has a mouth that can hold things, I mean, just, well, far be it for me to say anything because I'm the wrong one. Anyway. The damage for this isn't too good, but really, what is? Enhancement bonus to strength. Mounted exploding head. Yeah, we have to keep that. I want her to use this, but it's not that good. And see, the main point of this weapon is you're supposed to use charge attack, well, a charge attack, and then you attack the enemy if they, especially if they've fallen under the effect of it, which is basically them being entrapped in stone if they fail the fortitude saving throw. And if you crit them, all enemies in a 30-foot area have to pass the same check or end up trapped in stone as well. And while they're trapped in stone, they become vulnerable to bludgeoning damage. Ooh! But anyway, as nice as that is, I have to actually actively remember to use a charge attack, which is not easy. Considering it's probably the worst thing you could use. Ooh, Gloves of Monsters Protection. Whenever the wearer of these gloves summons a creature, that creature gets spell resistance 21. What do you have? Jaws of the Jackal. Oh, yep. Can't replace that. No, can't replace that. That is unfortunate. And what do you have? Mainly the point of these is the additional effect upon critting, which is a -2 penalty on saving throws against mind affecting conditions. Now granted, I don't actually use mind effects that often anymore, but if I did. Also, I don't have her summoned, so there's also that. And Morrow's got really nice stuff, so can't really get rid of that. So there's really no one I can give that to. I mean, there's Seela, but I don't have her waste her turn summoning ever. It's difficult. Let's check the horse to see if they can wear gloves. They can. She's already wearing something that increases her damage. We need to deal with that. Okay, moving on to the next thing, a Ring of Protection 4. That's cute. We don't care, though. He had a charisma thing, good for him, and a amulet of natural armor +4. I've got better ones, though. So we basically got this and Stormcaller from the fight. And I'm still upset that it shows that she can use weapons, but can't actually equip them. I'm so upset. Before I have Seela use Stormcaller, I want... Oh, that's unfortunate. I want to see the effect of Entomber. Anyway, that's going to do it for us today, ladies and gentlemen. We've taken care of all of the character... That's awful. We've taken care of all of the character things. Companion quests, that's what they're called. So, the only thing left for us to do is Hepsamira. At least, I think, right? Yeah. And then we have to talk to her and then it'll be done. But, what can you do? Can't really do anything about this crumpled demon helmet right now. I don't have any cold iron. And I don't think I have any more magical creature hides. Right? We only have one cold iron. We have enough demon blood. But no more magical creature hides, right? Well, whatever. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen here. We will be back tomorrow with yet another episode. And that's going to just simply be us, well, as it says here, walking on corpses. Frankly, I'm really looking forward to getting some more fighting in because we are so close to leveling up. Oh, I can only hope that it is something good. It'd be nice if we could get something good out of this level up, you know? The last one was really unsatisfying. No one got anything as far as I can remember. That's the note that's in my head. It says there was nothing of interest from the last level up. So hopefully everyone can get some really nice stuff this time. And so, with all that said, we will see you next time.
You